want to be very clear that I support
This week, the Senate Agriculture Committee heard testimony about the Department of Agriculture's plan to reassign staff currently based in Washington, D.C. to 5 cities around the country. Senators questioned the USDA over the likelihood of current staff accepting transfers and whether the selection process has already been completed.
A relocation for a family is a big deal.
It is.
What do you think will happen?
Senator, I think actually a large number of them will choose to come. I think many of them will choose to come because given cuts made by other federal agencies here in Washington, D.C., the job market isn't what it once was here. And I think that the exciting opportunity these new hubs provide for them to actually be able to own a home affordably and grow and expand their family with a lower cost of living, that's one of the primary reasons we chose each of these 5 hubs, will attract them to come.
As we look at the 5 sites, like from my part of the world, there's nothing within 600 miles of us, from Fargo, North Dakota, for example. And we're in the heart of ag country.
We couldn't put offices everywhere, and we learned some lessons from the ERS NIFA relocation in Term 1. One of the most important lessons that we learned was instead of looking all over the map, literally, for where we should go if we're looking to relocate, the first thing we should do is see where we already are.
But there's a difference between you selecting 5 hubs on your own and saying, okay, we're at the start of the plan, but this is the plan and we're going to talk about it, but this is the plan. That's different than if we work together and come up with a plan that people have had input, they've been fairly heard and fairly treated, and it may be different than 5 hubs, and it may be different than these locations, and it may be different in form and function, but it is something that ultimately this Congress has something to say about, both from an authorizing standpoint and certainly from an appropriation standpoint. So is this a process?
For Market to Market, I'm Peter Tubbs.
Or is this an outcome that we're now just going to talk about, but it's a fait accompli?
Senator, if you read the memorandum, it has built-in flexibility.